Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how you can get better prompts out of tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. They're all quite similar in terms of getting the most out of them. Of course, there are different nuances between platforms, but you can apply what I'm going to show you today into all of them pretty easy, and how you can basically extract the best output out of these tools. There are different ways. A lot of people talk about different things in terms of prompting. Basically, what prompt is basically how you structure the message that you give to ChatGPT, the input, to get the best output. There are two main ways in our view. There is like a Megaprompts and prompt chaining. We like to mixture both of them, and I'll show you guys in a second in practicality how that works. But basically, Megaprompt is you can give all the information and the details up front to ChatGPT, or prompt chaining, which is basically can break down into really small steps and even ask ChatGPT to help you create the prompt, to help you get the best output by asking you questions in terms of what information it needs to get you the best output. So you can do smaller conversations, like a conversational mode, or you can do a really big mega prompt. We like to do both, which is give the most information you can up front, and then keep asking questions until you have the desired output. There are multiple different frameworks that you can use. Our favorite is this one here. By the way, you can find all this information in our community in the links below. There'll be some links here where you can find all this information. But basically, you have a role, a task, a context, a structure, a tone, and example. I'll show you how that looks. Like there are other prompts, there are different ways to do this and to get the best out of it. We like this one, which is giving a role to ChatGPT or to Claude or to Gemini, then a task, a context, a structure, and then potentially a tone and example if you have them. But I'm going to show you in practicality how that works. So as you know, you have ChatGPT, you have Claude, you have Gemini. There's plenty of tools out there. The one we like the most, at least for now, is ChatGPT. For Claude is pretty good as well. So I'll probably between both of them, the Claude Pro, so both Pro versions. Why I would advise you to get ChatGPT Plus or Claude Pro, especially ChatGPT Plus in this case, is because, first of all, the language model is a lot better, GPT-4 than the GPT 3.5. You can handle a lot more like volume as well. The outputs are better, but you also have access to, to other things like GPTs. You can also browse the internet. You can also attach files and images. You can read images. You can read like documents, and you cannot do that on the 3.5. You can do that on the ChatGPT 4. So that's why I would recommend, it's $20 a month and it's totally worth it. Same for Claude Pro, I think it's probably roughly the same price. Now, how it works, so how you actually do a prompt in a practical way. So let me give you an example here. I just post beforehand just because of what you guys can see it in a bigger way. But basically here, I'm trying to create a personalized email outreach, to a company. And basically what I start by, as I mentioned before here, we start with the role. And in this case, I'm telling ChatGPT, act like an experienced salesperson, because we're kind of, writing an email. I would advise here to test between an experienced copywriter or email writer to experienced salesperson, so you can see the differences between output. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give it the task. So what we want ChatGPT to do. In this case, I want him to create a personalized outreach email using the AUDIT model. And again, I give an important thing here, which is make the email shorter, use paragraphs to be easier to read. And I give that a bit more as well below, but I'm just giving it like the kind of the task here, right? Then the third step is the context. So give background and, for ChatGPT to understand what kind of, what will be this email outreach that we are doing. So what I do here, I give some context. You can see I'm reaching out to potential prospects in order to get a demo call, try our CRM platform. I even go a step further, which is I give a prospect information. So in this case, I'm reaching out to a person at Slack. So I give information about Slack, and I also give information about my product. So that way, ChatGPT gonna tailor the email to my own company information and to the prospect that I'm reaching out to. Then, as you can see here, we have the structure, which is what is the structure of the desired output. By the way, you don't need to give all this information. It's just the more information you give, the better will be the output. So in this case, again, I mentioned I want the ADA model structure. I explain what the ADA model is. And again, I say, please make it short and easy to read. I want that structure. I want, to be brief, to be straightforward, and just to use this model as an outreach email. Then we have the tone, okay? Again, casual and engaging. You don't necessarily need the tone for a lot of prompts, but in this case, because an email, I want the tone, so I say casual and engaging. And finally, I give a few examples. This is really important, okay? The more examples you give to ChatGPT, the better will be the output. So here are a few examples that I like of good intros. Again, providing a couple of examples. Don't be afraid, put a lot of information up front, put the most you can. But basically, we have the entire structure, as I say here, tone and examples at the end. So this is our favorite framework. And you can see here that it gave me a kind of an email outreach to reach out to Slack, someone at Slack. I could even go further and say, what is the role of the person that I'm reaching out? So the email will be even better. But this is the cool thing, which is, as I mentioned before, we like to do both. So mega prompt, but also kind of a chaining and a messaging prompt, which is, now I look at this and, do I want more? Do I want it better? And now what I can do is provide the role. Or in this case, for example, I can say, break down into two shorter paragraphs. Break it down into shorter paragraphs to be easier to read, for example. And now we give this information to ChatGPT. Now you're going to rewrite the email again. Again, you see it's easier to read. It gives the first line, is the intro, and now it gives me a kind of my pitch. And again, if I really like this output, what I can do for next time is give that instruction that I just gave to ChatGPT, and I put it in the bigger prompt straight away. So I don't need to do this second step next time. But this is how we improve. Now you can make it funny, for example. And again, you can keep talking with ChatGPT in order for him to just create better and better output. So you see now you just create a really funny email, still based on the ADA model, but just a bit more fun. And again, you can do these, and you can just try chatting with ChatGPT. It's really like, again, the key here is the more information you provide, the more detail you provide to ChatGPT, to Claude, to any of these tools, the better the output will be. And just keep talking. A lot of people don't really realize that they can continue talking with ChatGPT and Claude to improve the output that they just got. So just keep talking with it until you find the one or the output that you like, and then just look at the instructions you gave above and add these instructions to the main prompt for the next time. So pretty easy, pretty simple. Just use this framework: role, task, context, structure, tone, and examples. You have more, feel free to test them. But this one is, for us, the one we use the most. Is almost intuitive, the way we use it, the way we do it. You don't necessarily need to be for this order. You can change the order as well and see if the prompt changes. Sometimes the prompt changes as well. The output changes. So give it a try. Test. This is a lot of test and learning. But again, the more information you give, the better the output gonna be. And yeah, hope you like this video. Hope it was helpful. Give it a try. Again, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. Our favorite is still ChatGPT 4. Claude is pretty good as well, so give it a go. All the links are below this video. Reach out, put it in the comments, or if you are in our community, just send us a message if you have any questions, any doubts, and I'll see you in the next video.